This week, the Supreme Court heard two cases that can have really wide implications for any service provider, for internet service provider operating today. One of the cases dealt with YouTube, the other case was with Twitter, but they both dealt with terrorists, mainly ISIS, using YouTube and Twitter to recruit and communicate through those platforms. What has protected online service providers for years has been known as Section 230. It's Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act from 1996. And the key provision, which is highlighted here, is that no provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as a publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. So what they generally look at it is the service providers, YouTube, Facebook, Google, whoever it is, they're putting out a square that people can go to the square and speak their mind. But just because you own the square and provided the square means that you're not liable for what people say in the square. It's just a way to equate it to, like older times. And this is what has allowed the internet to really flourish, to allow all of these online forums, is that people can post what they want, and even if it's wrong, if it's defamatory, the provider of that forum is not held liable for it. So it sounded like from the cases that they're probably not going to change that. The justices seemed very hesitant to change that. However, in the Twitter case, which was much more about aiding and abetting terrorists and whether or not Section 230 protects them, there might be something more there from the questions that were raised. So we'll see how they rule, but either way, this is going to have either huge implications in that service providers know they can continue as they have, or should the justice decide to hold them liable in either of the cases, is going to change what they do moving forward, how they react. 230, Section 230, one of the reasons it was enacted, it was so there was a concern that if we held people liable, if we held these sites liable because they did edit what people put on it, or if we didn't hold them liable because they weren't editing it, they wanted to make sure that sites would hopefully do something, but not hold them liable because maybe they were trying to do something good. If they were trying to edit people's defamatory conduct or explicit writing, whatever it was, they didn't want them to be held have a higher chance of being held liable because they were doing some commentating editorial work on it versus a site that just did nothing and let everything out there. So this will be huge to see, and we'll stay tuned. If you like these, please subscribe below, and thanks for watching.